guys, today I'm going to be reacting to a video called Building a House Part 6 Floor Insul+UFH+Screed+Water Con. House documentary construction is German technology. So there's things that I don't even know what they are. I know, I think insul, it means obviously insulation, but I'm not sure. Like, I think I know what insulation means. It's like, it's the thing, I think it's foam or some other material that they put like in walls. And I think like their main thing is because they are trying to protect a house from the cold, I want to say. But I think in my brain, I don't know why, for some reason, I think it has to do more about humidity, and it makes, not for your house not to grow mold. I think you need to have like good insulation. I think that's what it means, but again, I have no idea. And UFH and Screed, I don't know. There's so many things that I hadn't even know that were part of a house, and it's like it's sort of in the concept, and it's a concept. I know that insulation is a thing, but I have no idea how it works, what it is, or how it's actually installed. And obviously it's the floor, so maybe actually it means like maybe the floor is the one that's insulated. And again, maybe it's a mold thing. I don't know why you have it in my brain that is about mold, but I don't know. So let's check it out.
The house construction is progressing and the move-in is approaching. Floor slab, masonry, roof, windows, rough installation, electrical, heating,
okay,
plumbing.
We're just gonna...
Everything has already been completed.
We're just gonna ignore the fire,
and can be seen in parts 1 to 5. Now comes the insulation of the floor slab, underfloor heating, screed, and the domestic water connection.
Okay, so it's in the floor. That's the insulation. I thought they had it in walls. I don't know. Complicated situation. Okay, this is where it's on fire.
The roofers had already applied bitumen membranes to the floor slab as a moisture barrier. A vapor barrier made of PE film came over it. And now the thermal insulation of the floor slab comes with highly insulating EPS sheets. It is important that they lie flat. For the cables, there must be slots in the plates. A little trick helps. Tread carefully, and at the pressure points the fitter sees exactly where he has to insert the slots.
Okay. It looks like foam. Okay, it's like tiling, sort of.
By the way, the black pipes that run through the room here are the inlet and outlet from the heat pump to the earth collector behind the house.
Oh, it's behind the house, okay. Wondering about that. I'm surprised with the thick of it.
Mahabit is used to fill in the gaps here. An insulation fill made of hemp chips with bitumen film, which solidifies under load to form stable insulation.
Okay.
Finally, they have the back there is a second layer of insulation boards on top, so that the thickness of the insulation layer is approximately 10 centimeters at the end.
Oh my god, that's so thick! Like, it's like this. Why did I thought that it was smaller?
The floor slab is also insulated in all other rooms.
Yeah, everything has to be super covered.
Now it can start with the underfloor heating. First, put edge insulation strips. It separates masonry from the screed. Because of different temperature conditions, the screed expands or contracts. Therefore, the screed, as it is said, must be installed floating, without direct connection to the masonry. The insulation strip ensures that.
Is it like sticky?
Step, lay out the carrier plates. They carry the heating pipes and have another 20 millimeters thick insulation layer.
It ensures how much insulation do you need?
Radiates above all into the room and does not escape into the floor. The heating pipe is a PE pipe with increased temperature resistance and is first of all connected to the heating circuit distributor.
Oh, okay. This looks like something out of the future.
There are two variants for laying in the room: meandering or helical.
Oh, it
With
goes
the
like
helical
throughout
shape
the whole,
as here,
like,
the heat
wall.
is distributed very evenly over the floor, because the flow and return are always next to each other.
Okay, makes sense.
The markings on the carrier plate help to keep the distances correctly.
How does he know, like, how to measure it
Arrived in the
properly?
middle, it gets back now in the opposite direction for the return.
Yeah, of course. It's crazy how,
The
like, how
pipe
measured, how
end comes
perfect
back
measured
to
it
the
is.
heating circuit distributor. So the cycle is closed. Flow, red below. Return, blue at the top.
Oh my. But it's easy enough. It's just red and blue. And do they have to do this at every room in the house?
Now staple the
crazy.
last pipe in. Finished. The heating is installed in the first room, here the kitchen.
It looks like a
The
racetrack.
same went on in the other rooms.
Oh my god, it
One
looks
heating
insane.
circuit per room and one heating circuit distributor per floor.
Oh,
A
it's per
total of
floor.
700 meters of heating pipe was installed
my.
in the single-family
Oh my God.
house, and more than 3,000 tacker staples were fired. Underfloor
Jesus.
heating installation, 5 days.
It's gonna take forever.
Now the screed can come. Gravel is supplied for this. Getting to the property is not that easy.
Oh my god, no.
A very close affair.
Yeah, I
There
was like,
is
no.
not enough space to maneuver on the
Oh my
road,
God, no,
and
this
the
is-
scaffolding is in the way.
Nope.
The only help, always forward, back, and try again. The driver's pulse goes up. But turbo does it.
Oh my god, yeah, this poor driver. Oh my. Oh my god, that scaffolding. I'm seeing it. He's gonna. Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay, does this. Okay, makes sense. So I was
After
like,
half an
this
hour, the
scaffolding's on
time
way.
has finally come. 20
It took
tons
them
of
half an
gravel
hour.
are ready. Together with water, cement and additives, it is processed into cement screed and then pumped into the house.
Okay.
But before that, the screed builders
What is
add
this?
wall markings, exactly 1 meter above the current ground level.
Oh my God, the thing measures like
you can later
laser,
see
with
which
laser.
screed height you have already reached. It should be 6.5 centimeters. And let's go.
Oh my god.
Spread the screed evenly. Check the height. And smooth the screed and balance it.
How do they smooth it out? Is it manual?
And
Oh my
so
god, it's
on,
manual.
room by room.
Again, it's gonna take them forever. Oh my god, I thought they had a machine.
The screed
does
builders each place an expansion joint on the doors using insulation strips. So, the
Why?
screed is divided into individual screed fields. Per room, one screed field. So, tensions in the screed due to different room temperatures are avoided.
Okay, makes sense. They're so smart.
Working on freestanding edges is a little difficult. Like here on the stairs. For a straight degree, a second colleague must cover the edge. Once the screed has been laid, it is finally processed with a smoothing machine. In
Okay.
this way, the screed is perfectly smooth
Oh my
and
God, I love how it
compacted
looks.
at the same time.
I love the look of this.
Once the upper floor is ready, the ground floor continues.
Makes sense, yeah, you have to work from upstairs to downstairs.
The corridor last.
Why does he have to do this if they have a machine that does this final smoothing thing? I mean, the machine doesn't work if you don't do this first.
Finished. Now no one is allowed to enter the house for at least 3 days. But
Yeah, I was
even
thinking
after
3 days.
that, the floor can only be loaded after about 4 weeks. In the meantime,
weeks?
the builders have to ventilate. The screed has to dry.
Oh my God.
Important here, no permanent ventilation, otherwise the screed dries too quickly and could form cracks. Instead,
it cracks.
pulse ventilation, 10 minutes, 3 times a day. First
my
on
God.
one side, then on the other side of the house. This avoids drafts that would also dry out the screed
This
too
is like
quickly.
baking bread or
As
something,
a
or taking
builder,
care of
you
a
have to
child.
organize yourself here. Drive to the house several times a day. Not so easy. How did it go with the bloodhouse?
We were lucky because we have a small child, parental leave, and this is exactly in the phase in which the screed was poured and the ventilation, so it worked well.
Or Tobias, do you fake being sick?
No, of course not. I now have 2 months of vacation and we also have nice neighbors who also come over for a short time to ventilate when we
Oh my God,
be there.
they're so nice. Yes, the neighbors are a gem.
And
Seriously.
this is what the screed looks like after exactly
yeah, because like you have to
26
drive
days.
here every day.
The
3
surface
times.
is hardened, smooth and even everywhere without cracking.
It looks
and the
beautiful.
expansion joints can be easily recognized at the room transitions.
Yeah.
Only the places for the walk-in shower trays in the bathroom and toilet were left out of the screed.
Why?
The tilers later set the shower trays.
Oh, it's different.
However,
Okay.
the screed has not yet completely set.
Oh
Now
my
is the
God.
time for part 2 of the drying phase.
Oh my God, this is
Heating up
forever.
the underfloor heating. A mobile electric heating boiler was used for this. The heating system was filled with water, the electric heater connected and the special heating program started. The system heats up to around 20 degrees Celsius for the first few days, then a few more degrees every day, up to 50 degrees Celsius.
That's so hot. Why do you want it so? Oh, because
The
it's water.
heating then
Still.
runs at this temperature for several days so that the screed can expand completely once. After that, the temperature drops again by a few degrees every day.
Okay.
It takes almost 4 weeks to heat up.
Oh my God.
While the screed is drying, the top render film, the finishing coat, was applied on the outside.
Oh, they can do. Oh my God. Yes, they painted a house.
Mineral and open to diffusion with a 2 mm grain, which gives the render an interesting, structured surface.
It's like stucco. Similar.
Sehr, sehr schön. Wir sind sehr zufrieden. Wir haben die
Very, very nice. We are very satisfied. We have the color papaya yellow and we have even been told by the
Papaya
neighbors
yellow.
that our house shines like the sun.
Oh,
So
that's pretty.
everything was done correctly.
I would've gone
the
with
house
more
looks
yellow, but
different
okay.
again, more inviting, bigger.
Also noticeable in the street, you have a couple of older houses here.
It's an eye catcher.
Yeah, it looks very different from the other houses. Like the roof is different. It's bigger.
In the
like,
end,
everything's just
a leveling
different.
coat was applied to the render as color protection against possible staining or color differences in the tying process.
Yeah, it's gonna. Yeah, because well, it'll be
Important
time.
for a
It's
uniform
gonna fade.
color design. The scaffolding is also gone and the house can now unfold optically.
Yeah, now it looks like a finished house. It doesn't even appear to be in construction
It
anymore.
continues with the water connection. Today the house is connected to the public drinking water network. This
Okay,
is the
yeah, I was wondering about
responsibility of
this.
the municipal water companies, who also install the water meter. Since there is already a house on the property, you must cut the existing line and interpose the bloodhouse house. The water then runs in a loop, through a pipe into the blotto house, out through the other and then further into the other house.
It's water.
So
Of course
that
it's
the
gonna be
hose
water, but
couplings later fit tightly, the fitter rotates one phase, a taper on the lines. However, there is a problem first.
What?
The water should have been turned off long ago.
Oh, of course they're doing construction. Yeah,
The
you have to
problem
turn it
is
off.
that we have a different valve outside, which is a bit older and doesn't close 100% anymore. There is a stamp in it, you drive it down a rod, onto the main pipe and then it should be tight. But after a few years, deposits such as iron manganese accumulate and as a result, it no
It's a problem,
longer
yeah.
closes 100% and then water comes like
need to be
this.
replaced,
It's
yeah.
usually tight.
But, not so bad. Then only the dry return side is connected.
But they,
And
they
when
should
everything is tight in the house, the
They should take the
dripping
opportunity
supply
to replace
line
it.
can also be connected. It continues in the utility room. On the two lines, inlet and outlet, there is a wall sleeve for protection.
Drinking water sometimes has such blows and then the pipe moves and rubs and
Yeah, I
then
forgot
it
about
can
drinking
slip
water.
through and we have a pipe break and this prevents this wall sleeve.
Now the fitting in which the water meter will be installed later. At the same time, it also connects the forward and reverse, the loop, together again. Important, spray disinfectant. This will
Why?
kill any germs on the pipes.
Okay, can they have germs?
The first part in the house is done. The connections are tight. The fitters can connect the supply line and turn on the water on the street side again. Before the water connection can go to the house network, it is necessary to rinse the pipes. Any contamination could damage the domestic water system and must be removed.
Okay, yeah, because it's drinking water.
Now, install the water meter. Finally, the fitter checks whether everything is tight and seals the connection.
Oh
Finish.
my god, and what happens if you need to
Drinking
like
water
do
connection
something?
is
How do you unseal
established.
it?
From here, the water is later fed into the house network.
Okay. Okay, I feel like I'm learning a lot. This answered a lot of my questions actually, because I was wondering how the water gets in the actual house, you know, beyond the pipes. And it said, yeah, they have like like the city takes care of it, and it's just like a water tank that I think probably it's like the neighborhood, like that's the source of the water for this sort of like couple of houses, or maybe the whole neighborhood. I have no idea. But yeah, they have to like actually work with the city, like water workers, and obviously, you know, the builders of the house, and they have to like work together, and they have to come in and they have to like do some things with the pipes, and that's where the connection comes in. And obviously everything's underground, and they have to like cut. I think they at some point they were cutting like the pipes, and they have to separate like the water, the pipes that went to like one house, and they have to obviously like redirect that part to the other house. And obviously it's all done underground, and they have to like excavate, and it's a whole thing. But yeah, it's okay. That answered a little bit of my questions. But I have other questions. Like for instance, like the questions are never don't stop. But it's curious to me that it's all the pipes are, I think, plastic. It's a type of plastic, I believe. It's like polythene or something like that. But it's plastic. But why? How come like the others that are actually that like they're inside the house, but but the others that are also in the house were in the bathroom and stuff, they were also like from that material, plastic. But how come these ones are sort of like metal? I think they were copper. And how come these ones are metal? I have no idea why. I think at some point they were plastic, but how come the ones that are inside the house in this area, is it because it's drinking water, and because it's drinking water, like the water that you have to drink, it's different, and plastic, maybe it's not a good, I don't know, it's not good for humans, so they have to like do the metal thing. And maybe it's that. I have no idea, because it's like, wow, it looks very different, looks fancier for some reason, because there's like a lot of metal involved. And in the others that I come to, like that went to the bathroom, they were just like plastic. So how come these ones are different? I don't think they ever explained that. And also, is it like in the kitchen sink, like that water obviously is the normal water, those connections are plastic, those plumbings are plastic, and it's just, again, is this like the water that you're drinking, is that the only one's gonna be metal? because the whole thing looked very fancy. It was like, oh my god, what? And there's like a lot of things that come in and go. Like there's also the drainage, because I totally forgot about, yes, things have to drain. It's like, it's not just my main concern was how you're getting the water in. But yeah, I'm thinking then it was like, how dumb of me. Of course you also need to have like drainage, because all that water has to come out. And it never occurred to me that it's okay, like you also need to have like, you need to have some plumbing that actually goes outside, which I think is also underground. I believe that obviously there's there's plumbing involved that obviously has to, like, their main job is to obviously drain it. So it's like, of course you need like you need two, you need one to get the water in and another to get the water out. It's like, it's very logical, obviously, if you're thinking about it, but for some reason, like, it totally, like, went across my mind. I was just thinking, oh my god, how are they getting the water in? It's like, yes, but they also have to take out the water, which, okay, makes sense. But I like that they apparently they have to, like, do, because obviously, like, the chemicals, like, I didn't know, apparently, they can have germs, which I don't know why. Is it like a new pipe? Like, it's a new pipe. How is it gonna have germs? And you're not, and the germs are gonna be killed, because it's not like I'm drinking it right away, like I'm not moving tomorrow. But apparently they do it either way, and maybe it's because they need like drinking water for the workers and stuff. It's like, no, just take the water from here. But I don't actually know, because I don't think that they haven't installed that part yet. So it's okay. It's a whole thing. I think I'm getting it like very complicated. It's all like my brain goes to like very complicated parts. So it's easier probably in real life. And there's an easier explanation. They just like do it in just in case. And that's it, because otherwise, like, well, maybe pour like boiling water down the drain when it's ready, so you can kill all the germs. But yeah, it also, like, I think they like turn it on in order for it to flush, because I think there's again a lot of chemicals, because obviously like the water is treated and they need to put chemicals on it, and you need to like flush it out in order for, also I think the pipes, like what he said, like the sediments get in, especially in older pipes and in older plumbing. Like a lot of like sediments get in with the minerals in the water. Like it's normal that it happens, and the thing like makes weird things, like they make that either the water tastes weird, or something like this happens where the thing doesn't close because there's like a lot of deposit on it. So it's like, yes, in order to avoid that, obviously they're flushing it. But it's so funny to me that he was like, yes, it's like an older plumbing, and it was like, but they didn't really mention about fixing it, because I would be like, well, now that you're here, please fix it, because you said it yourself, it's an older plumbing. So maybe, but I think that corresponds to like the municipality and the city. It's not like your business as a house owner, but it's like they should definitely, like the city should definitely do something about it, and maybe like they, it's already excavated, maybe like fix it and replace it. It's maybe, I don't know, wild thought. But yeah, I love the floor insulation. I'm surprised, because it was sort of like, yes, they do the whole thing about the humidity getting in. And I think, again, that's like my main concern. Mold is like, yes, they do that in order for like the water to escape and all that. But then it was like the actual heating, which is like the internal heating. I didn't know that they apparently going to have like warm floors, which sounds very nice, especially in the winter. And I had no idea that it was like that. I thought that maybe it was, I don't know, it was just like one pipe and the thing, like, I don't know, radiated warmth. But it's like, I don't know if it's like that. It's not like laser or something. No, they have to add pipes to it and plumbing and some wires and cables. But I don't know why I had it in my brain that maybe it was like, you just put it in and it's like going to radiate heat. It's like, no, it isn't. I don't think the technology exists and it's like that. But I'm surprised by the amount of, like, it's crazy, like, for something, again, like floor insulation. And if you want heated floors, like, oh my god, the amount of work that it takes to get heated floors, it's insane. Like, seeing it like this, it's crazy to me, like, the amount of time that it took them. And the amount of, like, materials, it was, like, even, like, 1 kilometer or something. It's like, that's quite a lot. But yeah, I had no idea that it was, like, that hard. But it's like, yeah, it's a good thing to have. But obviously, I think I'm thinking about older houses. I don't think older houses have this. So I'm thinking like in older houses, they just like skip that part and maybe they just put the insulation, like the foam like thing, and that's it. And that the one that protects, like, again, from like mold and water, and maybe that's it. And they sort of like insulate it a little bit in order for you to not have like extremely cold, like ice cold floors. But I'm guessing they just skip that part, and older houses do not really have that. And maybe like very modern houses or newer houses have this, because I don't think it's common And I think it's gotta be places they don't really have this, but maybe it's just, or maybe these days like all houses do come with this because it's sort of like pre-made, or maybe I don't know, maybe you can opt out of it. I have no idea how it works, but I'm wondering like how common it is. But yeah, I really did like that part because it's like, oh my god, it's crazy to see how it is. And obviously the electrical heater also, that explained a lot of my questions. But also, like, the whole thing is, like, very technological, and you have to, like, spend, like, 4 weeks with the thing, like, getting it to a proper temperature, and then it has to, like, go down, and it's crazy. And because it was a machine that I don't know where is it located, like, in the house, so it's gotta be hidden. But it's like, yeah, you put it on, and do you have to, like, do you just leave it there once it's properly, like, fixed, and they put it, like, in the right temperature? I'm thinking, you just like leave that there. Do not ever touch it, or do you actually have to? Is it like a thermostat that you can just like switch it on? I'm colder. It's like, or it's hotter, and you just like switch it on and you like play around with it. But I'm guessing like this water heater, I don't think it wasn't a water heater. It was an electrical heater. It just like used water, I think. But did you just like leave it out, like do not even touch it, or do you just have to like constantly adjust the thing? I also like, that was a question that I had because the thing looked very fancy as well. It looked like very technological and very like, oh my god, it's digital. And I don't think I've ever seen a heater that like that. I've seen heaters that are like the heaters that I've seen are sort of like older, I believe, and they don't really have this situation. They don't really have a screen and stuff, so that's new to me. But yeah, it's like, I was wondering that. It's like, can you just play around with it like a thermostat? Or is it like, do not ever touch it. It's fine. It's adjusted. Do not even attempt to it. But I love the floor, I have to say. I love the finishing of the floor. I know that I'm guessing they don't really like it. They don't really like that finish. And they'll probably just, put actual tiles on, and they'll obviously will paint the walls in another color. But I have to say, I love that finish. It looks very pretty. I know it's not for everyone because it looks very industrial, and it looks very, I don't know, maybe not unfinished because it looks finished, but I think maybe that's the word, industrial. It looks very cold, and I know some people don't really like that, but I like it. It's like, it looks very pretty, although I think you have to have the commitment in order to, like, if your house is going to be like that and it's going to have all that finish and you're going to leave it like that, which I don't know if you can actually, like, if you like this finish enough, is it allowed to just like leave it like that, or they'll make you say like, no, you can't do this, you can't leave it like that, you really do have to like paint it on, put some tiles on, put wood on the floors. I don't know, you have to like do something about it. Or can you just like do it like this, and I'm gonna leave it like this because I like the finish? Another question, because I've been wondering about that, but I know that not a lot of people, I don't think how requested it is, because I know that again, it's like, it's not for everyone, and you need to be, again, you need to be committed, because all the furniture and all the decor in your house has to go with this, and it's like, it's gotta be like probably a lot of like metal and a lot of like industrial touches and finishes, and again, it's like, it can be quite complicated. It's not like you're just like moving your house, like the things that you have in your house, and you're just like moving it to the new house. But it's like, okay, it's a thing that I would love to know if you can just leave it out like that if you like it, or they make you like, they force you like, no, it's not possible, you have to like fix it somehow. And I have to say also, like, the thing about like going to this house, it was, I don't know for how many days, maybe a few weeks, that you had to like go every three times a day to ventilate the whole thing. It's like, oh my god, this is like a full-time job. They were like, we were lucky because apparently they're in parental leave, but I'm wondering how much time do you have, because if you have like a small baby and you have a newborn, like, you're busy with that. You can't just go, sorry, I have to go and ventilate my house. It's like, no, it's crazy. But he was like, no, people are super nice. Obviously, a neighbor that already lives there, you would obviously ask a neighbor, can you please do this? It's like, you bring them pie or something, because I know it's like quite an annoying situation, but I think for neighbors, it's like, okay, yeah, sure, I'll do it. It's like 3 times a day. Again, it's like a full-time job. But maybe you'll rotate the neighbors. You're like, hey, can you please like do it in the mornings? And then you tell another neighbor, can you do it in the afternoons? And then you go at night. So maybe that's the rotation, and you like separate them, and obviously you're going to give them like great gifts to your neighbors in thanks for being so nice, because they're going to be future neighbors. So it's like, it's a great way to bond, actually. It's like you're bonding before you're actually moving in, which I think is very nice. It's like a sense of community, and it's a good opportunity to actually get to know your neighbors before you actually get to move in, which, nice. But yeah, it's funny to me that I've never heard heard of like the things taking that amount of time, because I'm thinking, well, it's like maybe it takes 48 hours, 3 days or whatever. But I was thinking like, just leave it on and that's it. Like you'll be gone, and then like return in 3 days and the thing's gonna be ready. I didn't know that you had to be like such an active participant in the situation of like, no, you have to ventilate. It's like, oh my God, it's like it takes such a huge amount of time. Again, it's like a full-time job. But yeah, I love this whole documentary, and if all houses in Germany are built like that, I would also love to know, because it's like, wow, it's an incredible process. But that was it for today, and I'll see you soon. Bye.